Hi there, hope you're all safe and keeping well. Just here today with a couple of wee ideas for some simple activities you could do to support your child's learning at home, and some wee games you can play. I've got out in front of you what we call our alphabet arc. So in school we have these printed with the 26 letters of the alphabet, but at home you could write those on cardboard quite easily. And if you don't have a lot of cardboard, inside of a cornflake packet would do. We have 26 letters. I've also done some doubles in case we would have a word that needed those, but those could be kept to one side. On the back of each of our little cards we've got a simple picture that can identify the letters, so that's Z for zip. But you could do those on the back of yours as well, something nice and easy that you or your wee one could draw to identify it. For the X sound we have a box or a fox, so it's the end sound that we use for that. We don't try and find one for the start. So we lay them out as goalposts or as a rainbow, and then when we've done that we sing the alphabet song. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC, next time won't you sing with me? We use the letter names when we sing the song, but when we're sounding out we would use the letter sounds, so it would be A, B, K, D, E, F. Especially for younger children, those sounds are much more important, but you can practice Z, Z, and the name and the letter can be associated with each other. We also sing our vowel song, which goes A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, and Y is the part-timer. The vowels are in a different colour, and I did that on the cardboard set as well, so that they stand out. Every letter, every word in English language has got a vowel in it, apart from our Y, our wee part-timer, who use one words like my and by and fry, and it's not used often, but it gets a wee mention in the song. So when we are working with the letters, you can get out all 26 and play games identifying them or naming things that start with that letter. If you want to use those to start making words for the younger children, it would be a good idea not to use all 26. We use maybe 6 or 8 letters at a time, and the ones we start with we say are SAT PIN, so S-A-T and P-I-N. So depending on the ability of your child, you could just sort out those 6 letters, or maybe 8 or 10, clear the rest away, and then start using those to make and sound out words. So we would have something like pin, p, saying the sound as you're pulling it down. Also a nice idea to write the words down as you make them. You or the wee one could do that on a list. So how would we make pin? Say pan. So we would change the vowel sound there, p, a, n, and add that to your list. Or how would we make pan? Say pat, at, add that. We can make longer words by adding an S, pats, and we can use the same 3 letters. How would we make those 3 letters? Say tap. So we're moving the sounds around, playing some wee games and adding them to our list. For older children, the same technique can be used to make more complicated sounds. Part of the activity is being able to put the sounds back where they should go in the alphabet place. Singing the song again if you need to remind yourself. So you could use the same technique to make O-U-G-H words. Okay. Another nice wee activity when you have a sound like that is to look round the alphabet arc and find any letter that you can add to make that word. Some of them will be real words, some of them will be made up words. There is a value in using non-words, as we call them, where you're asking the child to use their knowledge of phonics to sound out whether it's a real word or not. If you're working with children on more complicated words, you can use double letters if you need to. You can also chunk the word down into syllables, so something like fantastic, you could make the first syllable, fan, and get your child to write that one down. Then the next syllable. And add that onto your word. Tas. And finish the word off. So you're chunking it down into 3 syllables. Fan, tas, tick. And the syllables will always contain a vowel in them. Our cards are small enough to fit on a desk with the whole alphabet. If you made your cards bigger, you could make even a double set and then have a little game of pairs or snap with them, where you are turning the cards over. If they've got a picture in the back, that might be a bit of a clue, but and then when you're turning over to that match, you've got them as a pair, or the same rules with snap. I wouldn't play with all 26, I would maybe take out 10 or 5, depending on the age of your child. Find the pairs for them and play the game with those. The other thing you can do with the list of words that you've made then, the child can reread them, or you could use them with a game. Any wee game, board game that has numbers on it, you can make up your own rule that if you land on an even number, say, you have to read or spell one of the words on the list. Or if you don't have something like that, I made up, you could make up with your child your own little number game. This one's got happy faces going up the numbers and sad coming down. If you land on a happy or sad face, you have to follow the rules. If you land on a happy face, you would have to read the word before you can jump up, and if you land on a sad face, you maybe should spell the word to not have to slide back down. If you spell it correctly, you don't have to go back down. There's lots of variations you could play on these games, and hopefully you can see that it wouldn't take too long to make any of these resources. In school, little and often is the mantra we go by, so we don't do this for very long with any children. We do it regularly, 5 or 10 minutes a day. Keep it fun, keep it light, and hopefully you'll see an improvement in your child's skills with these letters. Thank you.